after so much time, finally I'm here.
Hello everybody, my name is Arutyun, I'm 16 years old, I'm Armenian, I was born in Russia and I live in Vienna. This video is going to be about how to become a successful student if you weren't successful before. The first reason of making this video is simply because I want to help them. I see and meet many people who ask me, how did I do that? I see many people whose potential is not realized and they don't use it. And there are other people for whom I feel very pity and I simply want to help everyone. Secondly, I also had the same difficulties. I used to be very unsuccessful in my most of the life and it is actually hard to become successful because you have to change a lot in your life. And when you don't know how to do that, you simply give up on becoming a successful student. But I was persistent enough to become a successful student and share my experience to all of you guys. This video has no magic, and after you watch it, you won't become a successful student until you want so. You have to be really persistent. You will change a lot in your life. I highly recommend to pay attention when you watch video and take notes, because taking notes actually help you to process and understand what I'm trying to tell you. So let's begin discovering the way of becoming a successful student. Why is it important to be a successful student? Comparing myself in the past to now, first of all, why you should become a successful student is in order to not waste or lose your unrealized potential. In other words, becoming more and more stupid. And as I talked about myself before, the second reason is not to ruin your health completely. School isn't as useless as it might look like. School is a disaster for most of the people. What they don't realize is that real life as an adult is much tougher. My father says sometimes, I wish I would be in school again. All begins in school, where you earn grades and see how ready you are to handle the great pressure to come. In other words, when you are young, you build your house, then you simply live there when you are an adult. Isn't it better to live in a penthouse rather than in a shelter? Before I valued being a successful student, how tired I was every day. I had no wish to exert myself. It was like I was frozen in time. When others were having fun, developing their talent, seeing new places, learning in new and exciting things, I was resting because I couldn't. I was too sleepy for any of that. Yet at night, when everybody should be asleep, my energy levels would skyrocket. During the day, however, I was super exhausted because I went to sleep late and I had to wake up early for school. So I never met the minimum sleeping amount of hours, 8. Every day I was late for school, completing my schoolwork at the latest minute and disappointing the people I was trying to impress. Isn't it enough of that? Why do you sacrifice your health by constantly watching your stupid phone or computer? Then you continue being literally lifeless. Don't you finally want to wake up not because you have no choice, but because you want to wake up and continue living like a normal human? Just sleep and relax. How? That's why I'm here. Learn how to sleep and relax. I had many reasons of being a bad boy and not sleeping at night, which are related to the addictiveness to technologies. The main reason is that I didn't want to sleep, also because I felt some kind of lack of personal life, which I didn't do enough in order to finish my day. Therefore, I decided to sleep earlier and wake up earlier. Depending how suddenly you change your sleeping schedule, according fully from my experience, you get different effects. If you get over-recovered, meaning you had less than 16 activity hours, your muscles will be happy, but you will be tired here due to the sensitiveness of your brains to the resting time, which wasn't enough. For your muscles is not that critical. If you partially recover, meaning you had more than 16 activity hours, which can't be recovered, your head will be happy, but not your main body, because your body laid on the bed for too long time. You will wake up more difficult and you will feel like you were under the track. Tips for healthy and easy sleep. I had lots of problems with getting asleep. I always had to waste several hours of my activity time on my bed. Only then I could get asleep. Therefore, the rule is to have 2 relaxing hours when you do whatever you want in a dimmed room without technology and eating, in order to calm down your body from the stress and excitement you had during the day. So make sure that you ate enough or stay hungry. What you have to do is work on your flexibility. This is the smoothest way to spend some energy for an easy sleep, because often we sit too much and stretched body gets soaked up with oxygen and you will be very flexible. Find some flexibility related videos in YouTube and do them. So the 2 relaxing hours is like warm up for a sport. I can't just fall asleep. I can't just do karate movements. It's same. Push it till the end. Be healthy and energetic by forgetting the fried food, candies and etc. because they are anyways unhealthy. If you want to be a real successful person, not only student, you have to train yourself to do what you don't want to do in order to increase your willpower. Of course you can say that everyone eats it, even successful people, but this is how I started. And I want to have a health with the performance rate into sky levels. Since you are already in this part of video and you followed my rules, I'm super honestly proud of you for keeping effort. I am sure you can handle even this rule. Stop wasting your time. People invented vacations and school periods in order to separate the periods of working and resting. Therefore, during the school period, you must forget about time for resting, such as watching movies, playing video games, reading Facebook posts, having fun with your friends, etc., which are useless and unrelated to school. And I'm not joking. You are not at vacations to rest, right? You are at school to study. It is important to give to the lessons as much time as you have, in order to have high quality and high concentration on your work, because time-wasting activities rush you. You think about more finishing it quicker, in order to have more time to actually waste it, and do the work not as diligently as it should be due to the not enough of time. That's why you have to cut it off. They are anyways useless. Just fun. Push it till the end. Won't you feel better when you are successful in your subjects, have the best grade you are capable of, impress people you want to finally impress, and of course, become more and more intelligent rather than just sitting and getting older? In the future, you will regret that you didn't listen to me. The games and serials never finish. People make those things to earn money and take up your free time. Stop giving them your free time. Stop giving them your life. Do more useful stuff rather than just sitting helping them become richer. You are too young for resting. Are you grandma or grandpa or something? No. Correct nutrition. Why is it important to eat properly? Because healthy nourishment drops down most of future problems related to health, in order to not waste your time on solving them and be badly affected. Currently, since we're all teens, this diet is not about promising you a healthy future, no. It's about increasing your performance rate, improving your health, to be more resilient with the stress and work, and of course have a great mood every day. Isn't this kind of future we dreamed about? Basically, all you have to do is eat lots of different kinds of food in order to be sure that your body gets absolutely everything it needs. Literally, when I eat all possibilities of food, I get so much happy, so much enthusiastic. Never do like I did, eating a cheese with bread every day. There is nothing useful. Increasing your willpower. Willpower is intrinsic motivation to do something. It helps you to do things you want to by overcoming the laziness or tiredness. In order to be successful, you have to sleep at the right time, you have to have 2 relaxing hours, stop wallowing time-wasting activities, and prioritize your homework. For all that, you need energy. So in order to obtain that energy, you have to do them often with no postponing. The simple analogy is that in order to become strong, you have to do, for example, push-ups. As many push-ups you do, as stronger you get. As more stress you do for your muscles, as stronger they get. Same is with the willpower. Look for yourself, man. As an advice, doing sport exercises at morning and evening is good for your willpower and you will be sporty. When you follow all my previous rules, you start feeling super motivated and excited about learning and studying. When you don't do something from everything previously mentioned, that means that you lose your energy and something went wrong. Therefore, recheck the achievement of all your previous rules and fix the non-achievable ones, and reflect why did it happen and how to fight with it. Working. What about resting? Okay, to clarify that you don't need rest at all, because you rest when you sleep. When you're fully recovered and recharged, you really don't ask this question. If I have a super sleep at night, when I wake up without any hesitation, sometimes even before the alarm rings, I feel so good, so enthusiastic and motivated that I don't want to rest at all. I want to have extra high efficiency from all of my 16 hours available. However, working always hard is also unhealthy. When I work a lot in that intensity, then my life feels like it became senseless. All I do only my homeworks. Eventually I get disgust of my lessons. Therefore, you also have to spend your energy on other activities which you like, in order to not get burnt out. For example, in my free time I like programming, beatboxing, going shopping, helping my parents, playing with my siblings, and etc. There's so much useful stuff I can do. Do this and you too will have a balanced, fun and work successful life. Now party. Have lots of free time, high quality of your work at the same time. First of all, do all your work before rest. Inevitably, you try to do your work later, then your parents will tell you to come to migration center in order to get a residence permit, and you will waste all the evening for that, then waste all your night for doing your work. On the next day, you are crawling on the floor. See? Do your work first, whenever you can, because you never know what will happen in the future. Start having a journal of tasks to do in order to make sure that you don't forget about anything. It's not good to keep them in your head, so just simply free it from them and concentrate on other things. The way you do your work is very simple. Always do the work which has the soonest deadline, and this work is the biggest assignment. If you have a free time, you should spend it on doing the future homework, which again has the same way. So I decided to do all of my big future homeworks and do the work which was tomorrow later. Eventually I did some of my big future homeworks, but it took too much time. Therefore I didn't do the work which was for tomorrow, and it was night. As a result, I had to sacrifice my time at night, instead of sleeping, doing the work which was for tomorrow. And you know what was the next. Also, always think about splitting the big works or projects on doing them partially and regularly, because I hate doing one work for a long time. It makes me kind of tired and bored. Think about the work which is important for you the most. I would do first math homework, then English, because in the future I want to be an engineer. Always weigh your work on the mass of importance, because unfortunately sometimes there is too much of work and you won't be able to manage it. Remember about personal importance, grade it or not, and the situation of the subject, and weight the work. If needed, tell your teacher for an extension. Always think ahead, simulate your working process, and you will be able to realistically plan your work. And don't be a perfectionist, but your minimum grade is maximum out of maximum. Become smarter. I had subjects with bad grades, therefore I had to do something. However, much would I follow all of my previously mentioned rules, I would be active in classes, I would have time and energy, I couldn't get high results on these subjects. Like for example, I had troubles with pronunciation and articulation in English. I always worked for the assignments as hard as possible, but they always were in poor quality for teacher. And the tests were progressively more and more difficult as the years goes on. Similarly, the subjects became more and more complex. The only way to get fixed is to improve and work on my skills in these subjects, not only at school but also a lot at home, because it seemed like I didn't have enough of practice in school. Therefore I struggled a lot. Finally we got to the end. I spent so much time on doing this, even though it wasn't that hard as I expected. But anyways, a full description of references and other thoughts I want to tell you is in the description under the video's description. So, thank you very much for your attention and have a good one. Bye bye.